Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my preview on Tama Tonga, the new bloodline. You may have seen my budget build for him already. This is my full preview. He is a modern era chaotic trickster. He has the Smackdown Link, 1 MP any color, Anawaya Maya Via Legacy, gems do 25% more damage, new bloodline, receive 50% less damage from any color gem, modern era gems do 5% more damage, and the stock, the new bloodline gear. He's a coach, and hold on to your hats. Purple gems, 30% more damage. That's nice. Moves that generate pyro gems will create 3 more pyro gems. So Scopely said, you know what? Regal isn't strong enough. We're just going to give him a coach that lets him go crazy. So yeah. One of these days, Regal's going to hit 1 billion damage, and it'll probably be thanks to Tama Tonga. Anyway, great coach. You're going to want him for his coach alone. Luckily, he has one moveset I really like, and one moveset I really dislike. That's this first one. And one that's maybe kind of okay? Question mark? I don't know about the other one. I'll let you guys decide. I think I am going to use all the moves. Let me double check. I will indeed use all of the moves this preview. We're going to start off triple purple, least favorite build set, because it has leeches. If you guys have watched many of my videos, you know leech gem guys almost never are good. For some reason, Scopely doesn't want to or can't make good leech gem people. Anyway, let's see if this is any different. Spoiler, it's not. Fireman's Carry Flapjack, 6 MP purple, 710k damage, choose 7 gems to make in a trap gem. If broken by your opponent, deal 246k damage and deal 284k bleed damage to your opponent for 2 turns. Very small, insignificant. Broken by you, deal 142k damage and make 6 random gems into leech gems of unknown strength. It's like right around 100k, I think, is best I can tell. It's between 75 and 100k, not very much. Backbreaker, 6 MP, 404k damage, make 7 traps into purple. Gun Stun, 10 MP finisher, 800k damage, make 34 leech gems into purple gems. So the good news is it all recycles. What I do appreciate about this build set, I don't know. Anyway, we got Woods. We got, well, what's his face here? Farouk for 2 purple MP, 75% more leech gem damage. So synergy there, no Santa needed. Theory for 100% leech damage, and Zombie Cody for 30% more purple gem damage. You could also use Seth Striker for 25% more leech gems. If you didn't know, the percentage leech trainers do not buff the leech gems themselves. They buff the gems underneath it. So effectively, this is 100% purple and 75% purple. One thing that might go a long way to helping leech people, although they still wouldn't be good, is having this actually affect the leech gem strength itself. Just my 2 cents. Because one thing maybe they don't realize, or maybe they do and don't care, is that straps, metals, plates, none of that stuff actually touches the leech gems themselves, or special gems in general. It's just the gems underneath. And inevitably somebody's going to say, Mherex, in the comments, why don't you use the rosy plate for this build? It would be awesome. No, it wouldn't. It only adds 75% gem damage, and that is not good when there are no buffs or no multiplies. If you don't understand, you should really watch my Understanding Gem Damage at 6-star video. I think it'll help you a lot. Anyway, so I don't like making any kind of 7-match row break. It's way more cascadey. I personally would recommend breaking 6 trap jumps. Not 7. It makes it much less likely to cascade. It still fills your board up. And then you can throw these out on the open gems. They'll probably get covered up. You might break them. But on the open gems, go ahead and chuck these out. Maybe you'll get some bleed if you're lucky. Plus, it's a little more move damage. Then hit your finisher. Notice Rock has 23 million health. We're going to hit this finisher and watch his health just go wildly low. That was sarcasm. We did a 13 million pin. Now the bleed's doing a little bit of work for us, and we're going to get the win here. However, almost none of that is going to improve at gold. At gold, that's probably like a 20 million pin at gold. It's just not a good moveset. It's fine at like bronze. Actually, it's pretty good at bronze. Silver is pretty meh, and gold No, no, don't run it. Okay, silence gem moves. This is what I actually was going to say with I appreciate, but I was on the wrong move set. We're actually going to go against Zombie Sammy because he doesn't start loaded. This move set against somebody that doesn't start loaded, if things go your way, actually doesn't super suck. I think. But, you know, people are almost always loaded, so we are going to switch over, since none of this is gem damage, to a low move damage strap. This one is going to make very little difference. Not the hundo. Definitely not the hundo. The 20% one with takedown ones right here. And he doesn't need a plate for this one either. So this is simply to get a little bit more damage, but not going crazy. Takedown ones, blue takedown, blah, blah, blah. All right, moveset. We got the reversal. It's not as cool as some of the reversals we've had recently. I personally can't remember the last time somebody dropped botches on me in anything other than potentially a tour. Maybe you're getting botched a lot. I'm not. If opponent generate at least 4 botch gems, then deal 1,000,000 damage and make 36 random gems into silence gems. So, I mean, it's a great botch counter for when we run into those botch guys. That's 6 MP green. Swinging Snap, Neckbreaker, 4 MP Juggernaut gem, 600k damage, 2 gems to make into 2-turn Juggernaut gems that will make 14 random gems into silence gems. That's 18 total. And then increase your green MP by 5 at the end of the countdown. So the countdown gem does all the recycling, puts out all the silence gems, does all of your stuff. Finisher's just here to look pretty, hit the button, and do a little bit of damage. It's 189k per silence gem. Again, note, special gems, straps, metals, plates, nothing affects this, so Uso Cap wouldn't, even if we were, you know, any of that stuff. I get asked about this all the time. Plates will not affect bonus damage for silence gem. Nothing is going to make this bigger except trainers. As of right now. That could change later. What I was going to say is I appreciate the synergy. That Rosie is a good trainer for this build set, as he adds 2 green MP and 100% silence gem. That gets your green moves loaded turn 1. We got NWO Hogan because 10 charge is not easy to fill, since we're going to start with 1 MP in feud. And we got Cody for silence gems to 60% more damage. So this is literally post 99 MP, the maximum silence gem you're going to get on him. Let's take a look. If you don't cascade, this is actually somewhat interesting. So that's why we're going against Sammy, because he doesn't start loaded. Rock would make this really look not good, just FYI. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your Juggy gems down. And then you're going to make a 7 match of blue, which gives you 9 MP. Ideally, what we do is make 2-3 matches, but it won't tick the Juggernaut gems. You could try swiping into a 5 and then doing a 3 match. Or you can make a 6 or a 7 and then swipe. 6 would give you 8, your swipe would give you 9, you start with 1 for 10. Either works, so your preference. I will probably just match 6 and then do a swipe. So 4, 5, 6. And then we'll set up a swipe at the top. And of course I cascaded. And you will often. So that's hole number 1 with this build. We're not going to keep Sammy down, and like, for sure. But this will show you how hard the silence move hits the first time through. 16 million. Hopefully Sammy pins us. And we have a shot to redeem ourselves on the second cycle. We have our MP back. This has more silence gems on the board. This second one hits a lot harder. You know, if things go okay. Let's do this a different way. And you can control where your wild card goes. I've said this before. People always like, oh, I didn't know that. Whichever gem you touch, this will be the wild card. So if I touch this one and swipe, the wild card will go right here. I'm going to drop it on the bottom. Like that. We need that 1 more MP, so I'm going to swipe. Hey, I didn't cascade. Eh, I screwed that up. I should have done a... That's why I do the 5 match and the 3 swipe. Or the 6 match and the 3 swipe. Ah, 1 MP short. That's one of the problems with this. Other than that, it would go great. That was just bad gameplay by me in general. But this, you need everything to go right for this one. The second hit is much bigger, like 25 mil or whatever. It just would have been better if it went right on the first turn for me. Technically, it'd be better for you, not for me. Because then you'd see something decent instead of this. But this is way more realistic. Those are going to be big power gems now. Luckily, he's breaking a bunch. Because, yeah, those are big. Alright, let's try this again. I'll run this one more time. See if I can get it to work. It's not good. Like, really? 1, 2, 6. That's going to take all of our stuff. Rematch here. Hey, I didn't cascade. There we go. Boom. And this should win it. Okay. I'll try one more time. Oh my gosh. Alright. We're good with that. I mean, I'm going to try one more time, but we don't need to sit through this now. The reason I'm going against Sammy is because he doesn't start loaded. Like, basically, most of the other people at Silver start loaded. And, you know, this is really not good against that. It's not good. Like, it's more of a boss build, but it would have to be massive silence gems because it at least recycles. You get more silence on the board. I'm doing my best here, guys. Both of these movesets are just not good. You're gonna run him with the last moveset, like, pretty much period, in my opinion. Or you're just gonna not have fun at silver and gold. Okay. We're gonna take this out. Okay, step 1. Does not cascade. Excellent. That's a good step 1. Alright, so there's the 17. This is good. Now this is what I was talking about, where, like, it goes much better. Hopefully, I need to charge 9, so I'm gonna do a 7 break and then swipe. It's just, actually, I don't have enough MP, so I need to set up a blue break. 5 is fine. Let's do it this way. Clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then set up a swipe. Alright, now it's the whole board of silence gems, -1. Well, 2 with the wild card. And this hits a lot harder. 26 million. So, that way, if they're not charged, if you don't cascade, things go okay. The only bad thing about that for boss is you notice what happened is the Juggernaut gems got overwritten by the silence gems, so then you'd be dead in the water in boss too, so probably will never be good for boss either. Special gems usually aren't, to be honest, so I'm trying to look at positives here, but honestly, these two sets are just kind of poopy. Throw away, trash, don't use, probably will never use, unless it's maybe for a stip tour. Anyway, this is where he gets good and interesting. I'm going to start off with this smaller plate, or strap, I mean, with some different trainer combos. A little bit better than I did in my budget build, but not as good as I'm going to run at the end of this. And then we'll kind of climb the ladder on the move damage, because move damage is what you're going to need to run on him, I think, to do much of anything. Luckily, this moveset is pretty slick. And this, of course, as always, this preview is pending moments and plates and that sort of stuff. But I feel like the other stuff, there's no way, even with moments, those other two movesets are going to be good. To be honest, I feel like it's moments or plates buff this moveset or nothing is going to help him. I could be wrong. Would not be the first time. Certainly would. Alright, so we're going to start with a little bit more. This is if you have Pat Patterson. If you don't have Pat Patterson, you'll want to watch my budget video on him. No. We want you. All right. So, belly to back suplex, 6 MP, 600k damage, increase all your move damage, 100% for 1 turn. Power slam, 1.3 million damage. Choose 5 gems to make into green, 6 MP blue, 6 MP green. Samoan drop, deal 1 million damage, choose 5 gems to make into blue gems. That's also still the reversal. Entourage, as you saw. Lawler. Pat Patterson, that gets the blues loaded. NW Hogan's in here for a very specific reason, which I'll explain when we play. And then Becky gives us 35% more to the blue gem damage, or blue move damage, rather. The Honky Tonk Blues plate, also super important for this, in the sense that this is to set him up so he's much less cascadey, much lower risk, much easier play. Whenever you break 3 or more green gems, get 3 blue MP at the end of your turn. This gives you room to cascade a 3-match and still not pin somebody, and we're going to stay against the gold here in Sammy with this set. Again, move damage doesn't scale up at gold. This will get about 10% better than what you're seeing here at gold, so add about 10%. So in feud, these two would start loaded, and you would have 1 MP on the green. So you would hit this move, which ups your buff. Now we're doing 12 million on the power slam. Sammy started at 50 million health, by the way. And we need a 3-match because NWO Hogan makes a 3-match worth 5. And we start with 1, so that gives us our 6. Also, the Honky Tonk Blues gives us 3 blue, so now we only need a 3-match to refill those. Very much so mitigating our cascade risk factor, which I like. And I see that gives me room to cascade 3. If we weren't using the blues plate and we had done 6, I would have pinned him. Very, very helpful. So now this is doing 5 million with 1 buff. And this is doing 18 million with the 2nd buff. And then you're just getting the pin here as best you can. The gem damage won't be significant, but your overall pin will not be bad, especially with the cascade. So we did a 19 million pin and 43 million damage total with only a 20% move damage strap and takedown once. That's pretty solid. Add 10% to 43 million, and you're at 47 million, by the way, at gold with that. Okay. Now we're gonna, let's move up to a 50% strap before I go to the 100. I'm gonna do a little bit extra in here, because this is the premier moveset for him, in my opinion. So I'm going to do a 50 move damage and a 100 move damage strap. You'll have to bear with me as I have to set it up a little bit more, because the 100 has the stuff, but I feel like it's probably worth it for those of you that have a 50% strap and don't have 100. Because that 50% will make a difference, but since we're going to the 50, I am going to go to takedown 2s as well. Because I think a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but a decent amount of people that are going to run him will probably have takedown 2s and probably end up with somewhere in the neighborhood of a 40 or 50% move damage strap. And so I think this one will probably hit a lot of people, and then I will show you the top end as well after this with the 100%. And I'm going to keep the same trainers that we had. Is there Patterson is definitely the hardest to get. So I'll say fairly friendly, but not super friendly. All right, we're doing 3 million, 6 million, 1.6 million. Hit the boof. 13 million first time through. 3 green match to fill it up, just like before. Bam. I forgot, that was like 3.8 million. Let's do the 3 blue match, same spot, keep it easy. Bam. 6 million on this. And what does that bring our big buffed blue to? 19. I think we're going to get 50 million total out of this set with a 50% strap. We're very near. And if you add 10% to that-ish, That would be 55. Let's see how close we get. Almost. You took him down to 2 million, so like 48 million, about 53 million at gold with that setup with a 50% strap. That's pretty livable. Also, you would want to be hunting for move damage substats on all of these for him because of the buff. All right, now, what if you have Gooker? Adds a little bit more, not much, but a little bit. Let's see if we wipe all of his health with Gooker instead of Becky, and then I'll move to the 100% strap with Gooker. This isn't that much more, to be honest, than Becky. It's only 5% more on the blues. You could also be running Honky Tonk Man for that 5% more. Gooker will give you 5% on that and 40% on the green. So you will get maybe, I think maybe like a mil and a half more. Let's find out. Because of the buff, let's find out. It'll be close if we wipe all of his health with Gooker, which would be 50 million even, which would be cool. With a 50% strap. And no blue move damage substats, I don't think. So this time, I'm going to put, if you ever see me do this, why am I putting a green there? It's to mitigate cascade risk. It's still me, so it'll probably still happen. But that's why you do that. It just usually doesn't work out for me anyway. So the green hit for, I wasn't paying attention, but it hit for more. 4.2 million. And we were at 13 million and 6 million respectively. And now let's hit the buff again. 20. Very close. Very close. Nice cascade here. We may wipe him health-wise. Let's see. Ooh, is that only, can't really tell how much that is. Anyway, pretty good. That should go over 50 million at gold. Now, what if you can add the 100% strap? Let's do that. I'm glad you asked. So I was like really low on him initially because the Loke for this move said wild card damage. So I thought it was going to be gem, and I'm like, man, this guy's not going to be good. That move damage move saved him, and he's actually really fun this way. Move damage is super fun. It's nice to have a few move damage options, and while he is a little bit clicky, it doesn't feel like necessarily super clicky to me, if that makes sense. Probably because it's just 3 matches. It flows pretty well. The animations are pretty smooth. Maybe I'm reading more into it than I want, but I actually really like him. So a lot of you have Ozzy and you're like, oh, Ozzy's great. And Ozzy is great. But this guy plays completely different than Ozzy. He's modern era and he's move damage. So it's a very good compliment to have to Ozzy. No crossover with your straps, metals, plates. In fact, this guy's really not using any plates, big name plate to speak of. You know what I mean? We're just using a Honky Tonk Blues, which is about as friendly as they come. So, yeah, I actually really, shockingly, I really like him. Plus, his coach ability is top notch. So you're taking him up for his coach anyway, or you absolutely should. It's nice you get a decent fighter out of it, too. And he is decent as it stands. So, all right, we moved up to 3.7 base, 8 million base, 3 million base. I think we're going to easily wipe his 50 mil health with the 100 strap. 16 mil, 6.3 mil. Yeah, it's 100% happening. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that black gem. 6.3 million. Blues. 7.4. So that gets him down to 17. And we have 24. So we cleared his health by 7 million. So we did 57 million with this setup. And add about 5 or 6 million. Call it 63 million at golds. So right around, you figure 60 million on the safe side, 63 million. I think if you could get yourself about 30% in move damage substats, you could probably hit 65 mil. Basically, you would smoke anyone short of a showboat. So just don't pick on showboats with him, with his like move damage setup, and I think you're pretty much golden. And I think that's a really good way to end it, to be honest. So where does he fit into Tricksters? Trickster's a super interesting class. That's actually really fast. Even though it is a lot of clicks. Ozzy is low charge. The traps have resolve time. Brutus, the Beefcake Barber, suffers from the same sort of thing with long resolve time. Ozzy's the funnest. Let's be real. I love Ozzy. He's super fun. But like as far as tricksters, I think like solo drip plate moment, a lot of people love. I think Bubba's the fastest with the whatchamacallit, Sheriff's Badge. So I'd probably say Bubba for feud, 2-3 matches, so some Cascade risk. Not terrible though. Technically we're doing 2-3 matches here. So same thing basically. Um I'd probably go Bubba 1, Solo 2. I could see people doing that for feud. This is flipping that around. Ozzy and Beefcake 3 and 4. Flip them however you want, but that's probably your 4. Beefcake Drip actually is really good. He might move up. And then Tama is actually writing that in conversation. So I think he's for sure a top 5 trickster with move damage though. So I actually really like that because there's no crossover in your straps and your medals because there's almost no one's using move damage stuff. So that kind of boosts him to me when I know I can run him. And he's modern era, which I have a ton of straps for. Ozzy, I only ever got a HP strap, so I still don't have a good strap for my Ozzy. This is not mine, by the way. So that's a problem I have. And then, so yeah, I think he's a top 5 trickster. I feel comfortable saying that, and I think he brings a lot to the table from a coaching perspective, and he won't really let you down as a fighter, even post 99 MP. During 99 MP, you're just gonna like lay waste to people, big time, very quickly. I expect people to love him during 99 MP, and but there's still a lot to like post 99 MP. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this preview. I did not enjoy the first 2 movesets at all. They're kind of garbo. But this moveset was really fun to play and I liked it. So let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Actually, I'm really surprised how much I like him. I do like move damage a lot, though. It's a nice change of pace. So I'm very happy to see it. Hopefully it keeps coming.